Not unless you get one that can mend socks. I never saw a kid so rough on his socks in all my life. What do you do? Cut the ends off with scissors?
No, I guess I just got nervous toes.
Oh! All right, Grandma, put away your darning. We got work to do.
Look, I can darn circles around you any day in the week. Come on, Joey. I want to get these posters slapped up in Pineville this morning.
Can I go with you?
Sure. Come on, Cookie.
Come on, Grandma, I'll help you, too.
I ought to take my darning with me.
You should. You're good at that. Yeah.
And so, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to present Judge Bradley Sheldon.
Citizens of Pineville, many of you are familiar with my campaign for the improvement of safety conditions in all mining operations. Now, if this rich mining community is to continue to grow and prosper, then we must.
Don't let us interrupt your speech-making, Judge.
Don't go away, folks. The judge needs an audience when he's spouting off.
Maybe the judge has had a change of heart about the working condition in my mine. Are you still figuring on passing a law to force me to close down? Put all these good folks in the bread line.
Tell him, Dad. We're not scared of him.
Please, son. That's not true, folks. Mr. Keyes and the other mine owners can easily afford safety equipment in their mines.
You listen to me, Judge. Mining is my business. I'll run it the way I want.
You better keep your nose out of it, fancy pants.
Readily appreciate your viewpoint, Mr. Keyes. The less you spend on safety equipment, the more money you have for your own pockets. But what...
Now you've been spouting off long enough, Judge. It's time for your lunch.
Keep back, son. Please, folks, let me finish.
You're finished now. You just don't know. Let him have it, boy. Let him have it. You ain't running out on us, are you, Judge?
Let him be.
Put that gun away, you young fool.
You're dead, Bradley.
I'll take that.
You can get yourself into a lot of trouble, stranger, butting into other people's business.
The name's Champion, and I make it my business when I see someone draw on an unarmed man.
Give me that. I'll kill them both. Where'd you do that?
Biting off more than you can chew. Now, come on.
Good to see you again, Tim. It's been a long time.
Not so long I couldn't help an old friend. Brad, I want you to meet Pete and Joey. And this is Corky, the backbone of the Birkenwald Circus.
Are you really with the circus? Yes.
I'm glad to meet you, gentlemen. And this impetuous young man is my son, Carlton.
Will you take me to the circus, Dad? Will you?
We'll see, son.
Now, let's get those posters up.
Can I help? Sure, come on.
All right, son, but don't go too far.
Tell me about the circus, Corky. What do you do? Well, you heard what Mr. Champion said. I'm the backbone of the circus. What does that mean? Well, I sort of run the show. You might say I'm the general manager. Gosh, general manager. It's a lot of work. And I'm not taking care of Bimbo Jr., seeing about getting new acts or setting up the tents. It's a lot of important things. Boy, would I like to join the circus and do that. Shucks, Carlton, you got a family. Yeah, I guess so. I bet you're awful rich. Yeah, awful rich. And awful busy. Well, what does your dad do? He's a judge. Now he's trying to be a congressman. I guess he's kind of important. He doesn't have much time for me anymore. Well, maybe after he gets to be a congressman, he will. Maybe, but next he'll probably want to be president. Well, you know, the circus isn't really that much fun. You're always living in a wagon and traveling all over the country. Gee, it sounds like fun to me. Yeah, I guess it does.
Come along, Carlton.
Can't I stay? We're not through putting up the posters yet.
Will you please get into the carriage, son?
I'll be right back, Corky. I'm going to take a ride out to Brad's house.
Bye, Corky. So long. Gee, Uncle Joy, I sure am glad you're not in politics.
I'm up against some stiff competition in this election, Tim. But if I can carry Pineville, I'm in the running.
You know something, Brad? You've certainly come a long way since the days we used to call you Soup Bowl Sheldon.
That's a funny name. Why'd they call you Soup Bowl, Dad?
It's a long story, son.
Oh, it's not that long a story, Brad. You see, Carlton, when your dad was a boy, he didn't have a rich father like you have. So his mother used to have to cut his hair with a soup bowl over his head.
Gee, Dad, I bet nobody'd call you that now.
No, I don't suppose they would. Tim, I've been giving considerable thought to this little incident in town. And I'm sure...
Can I call you Soup Bowl, Dad? Then we could play...
Young man, you can stop interrupting. I've told you that before.
Yes, sir.
As I was saying, Tim, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of those roughnecks. He hasn't the control over that hot-headed son of his he'd like to believe he has.
You might be right.
Shucks, I'll bet you they won't fool with the circus. They could stick one of their lions on him if they did.
Carlton, I won't tell you again.
Yes, sir. You should have seen the fight, Mother. Dad hits this fellow. Pow! And then this.
Please, dear. You've already reenacted the fight for me once. Surely, Mr. Champion, you must agree that it's foolish for Bradley to continue his campaigning in Pineville after what's happened.
Well, I honestly don't believe the situation is as serious as it appears, Mrs.
Nothing
Sheldon.
can happen with Mr. Champion around. Gee, the way he jumped from the wagon on that fellow. Wait!
Carlton, will you please control yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Tim's right, Grace. I think we've been attaching too much importance to this incident. Nevertheless, I do not intend to be intimidated by a handful of hoodlums.
Guess what Dad said when that fella drew on him? Put that gun away, you young fool. And then he said...
Young man, you may march straight to your room and stay there till you learn not to interrupt.
Yes, sir. I still think you were awful brave, Dad.
Dirk, where do you think you're going?
Me and that judge has got some unfinished business to take care of.
Well, listen, you young upstart. You stay away from the judge, you understand?
Why are you riding me about him? You don't like him any better than I do.
That's right. That safety law that he's campaigning for could knock a real hole in our profits. But I'll fight his politics out in the open.
If I took care of him, then he'd take care of his politics, too.
Young punk. You can't even take care of yourself. You've got a heap of growing up to do, son, before you'll come near being the man the judge is.
Get Davy and Kemp. We're gonna throw a scare on that fancy pants judge. And I got something to settle with Tim Champion, too.
Want to give us away? You'll like the circus, Ginger. I've got an important friend there named Carlton. You be good, and maybe he'll give you a job, too. Well, I guess I won't be bothering anyone around here anymore.
Dear, don't you think Carlton's been punished long enough?
What? What was that, Grace?
I'm sure he's learned his lesson by now.
Don't tell me he's been sulking all this time. Why? I'll wager anything you'd like to bet. That was Key's hot-headed son.
Carlton! He's not here. They've taken him.
Calm yourself, my dear. Keys wouldn't do a thing like that. Look.
Dear Mom and Dad, sorry I was such a bother to you. I am leaving so I won't be in your way anymore. Don't worry about me. I will be all right. I'm taking Ginger with me, and someday we will both be back to see you. Love, Carlton. Oh, Brad, what are we going to do?
I'm going to find him and bring him back.
But do you know where he went?
I have a hunch he went to Pineville and joined up with Tim's circus. I'll go and get him right away.
Hi, Corky. Well, hi, Carlton. What are you doing here? Say, this Bimbo Jr.? Yeah. How come you're here without your folks? Come to join the circus. What kind of job you gonna give me, Corky? Who, me? Well, sure, you said you were general manager, didn't you? Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'm ready to go to work. I'm sorry, Carlton, but things are a bit slow now. I'm just not putting anybody on right now. Oh, but you've got to give me a job, Corky. I can't go home. Not now. Please. I don't take up much room, and I won't eat very much. I'm sorry, Carlton, but I just don't have any openings for such a little boy. I'm as big as you. Well, that's different. Why? Well, let's go see Mr. Champion. Maybe he can think of something. If he thinks like the grown-ups I know, he'll think of sending me home. So I packed my things and just sort of ran away. I figured with Corky being general manager and everything here, well, he could get me a job with the circus.
Oh? And what did my general manager suggest you do now?
Talk to you?
Do your folks know you've run away?
Oh, I left him a note. It'll be all right.
Are you sure your father and mother won't be worried about you?
They don't need me, Mr. Champion. Really. I'm just in their way.
Well, I know it might seem that way sometime, but they need you, believe me.
No, they don't. Honest. Can I stay? Please let me stay with the circus.
We'll see.
That's what my dad always says when he means no.
I will work something out, I promise you. Now, do you think my general manager can find time to show you around the circus?
Sure. Come on.
Thanks, and I promise I won't get in your way.
Don't you worry about that. If it weren't for little boys and girls getting in our way around here, we'd be out of business. What are we going to do now? There's nothing much we can do until Brad shows up. He's probably found the boy's note by now and is on his way here.
Oh, didn't it? There's a man who has everything to give his son, yet doesn't give him the one thing he needs most.
A little bit of himself.
I'll be the white hunter, and you can be my gun bearer. Now, wait a minute. Whose idea was this anyway to go on a safari? All right, we'll both be big game hunters.
What have we got here?
We're going on a safari, Pete. Would you like to come, too?
I left my elephant gun behind, or I'd take you up on it. I suppose you got this excursion cleared by the authorities.
Well, Uncle Joy said it was all right. We're just going to the hills and back.
When you want to take a sharp look out for the natives, they tell me that area is full of headhunters.
He's sure good at pretending, isn't he? So's my Uncle Joy. I wish my dad was. Look, everything's loaded up and ready to go. What's wrong with him? Oh, he wants to go, too. All right, we'll take you, you big baby.
You stay here. I want to handle this alone. Your dad ain't gonna like this one bit. This has got nothing to do with him. It's a personal score I gotta even.
Let him go. Let's get that fire out. Well, that's it, boys. Nothing more we can do now.
Where's Carlton?
He's all right. He's with Corky.
Thank heaven. How did this happen to him?
Key's son. If you're going into town, I'd like to ride with you. I want you to file a suit for damages against a lot of them.
Gladly. He paid me a visit a little while ago, too. What possesses Key's boy to pull stunts like this?
It's not always the son's fault, Brad. I'd like to talk to you about your boy.
I don't know what to say, Tim. I didn't realize that I had failed Carlton so shamefully as a father.
You haven't failed him, Brad. You see, Key's son is a perfect example of a boy being shortchanged by his father. He's never known the feeling of being wanted. So, the only one who wants him now is the law.
I was so busy trying to be a politician, I didn't take time for my own son.
Well, you're not the first man who's let a career squeeze out his family.
I can promise you this. Win or lose this election, I'm going to start now working at being a father.
Good. You can pick him up when we get back.
You wouldn't mind, would you, Tim, if he stayed on with you another day or two?
Of course not, Brad, but I don't understand.
When Carlton comes home, I want it to be his own decision and not because some grown-up said that he had to.
Now you're beginning to act like the Brad I used to know.
We're going to be getting dark. We shouldn't have come this far. Oh, let's go to the top of the hill first. But there's nothing on the other side of the hill but another hill. How do you know? All right, come on.
like it, Dirk. We're getting deeper and deeper in this.
Nobody's asking you to like it. Two of those circus guys got a good look at us. Before they get to the sheriff, we got to stop them. This is the only road into town. I'll show my dad who's a man.
Look, Corky. Man with the gun is the one that shot your dad. What are they doing? Look! That's Dad's buggy. They're gonna shoot him unless we can do something. We can't stop them. We can, but Bimbo can. Go on, Bimbo. After him! Go on, boy!
It won't stop him!
Did they hurt Bimbo? Shucks, no, their bullets don't hurt him a bit.
Are you all right, son?
Sure, Dad, we're okay. Bimbo took care of everything.
I say he did. Get some rope out of the buggy, Corky. We'll tie up these monkeys until the sheriff can get here.
Mr. Champion, would you be able to call Bimbo a hero?
Without a doubt, Corky. Without a doubt.
Did you hear that, Bimbo? You're a hero! It happens all the time. You leave grown-ups alone and they get into trouble. You really think so, Corky? Well, sure. See what almost happened to your dad when you weren't there? You ought to go back with him so you can look after him.
I guess you're right. Grown-ups aren't as grown-up as they think.
Dad? Dad, wait!
I've been thinking, Dad. I'd better go with you. You need me.
You'll never know how much. And, son, from now on, I think you can call me Soup Bowl. It might help your old dad to remember that he was once a boy himself.
It's a deal. Soup Bowl?
Thanks, Tim. Good luck, Brad.
Bye, Carlton. Bye, Corky.
So long.